Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. I've just partnered with a company called Swan who is offering $10 in Bitcoin for free, yes free, to anyone who signs up with my affiliate link. They're a Bitcoin savings platform that helps people accumulate Bitcoin every month automatically with their account and give you $10 for free to start off with. I am not an employee of Swan, but I am an affiliate and have a link in the description below for anybody who wants $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Not joking, like it's actually free Bitcoin for you to join the platform. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, it says Bitcoin tests $23,000, Ethereum and altcoins rally. Remember about 2 days ago where I don't know how I did it, predicted probably exactly what was going to happen with the market. I said we would continue rising in prices until we got very near the Fed announcement of them raising interest rates. And I jokingly said, but I kind of knew, one of two things was going to happen after they have announced the actual rate hike. How could I have possibly known this? Because it's been this way 3 to 4 other times this year so far. The market goes down, collectively markets, on the day of, and then the day after, markets begin to move back up wildly, almost immediately after. It says market rally, it should be markets rally, as Bitcoin and Ethereum rise 10% after Fed has raised their rates by 0.75%. It says bullish rate hike. Why crypto spiked today in the face of bad news? It's not really. We actually got some really interesting news. For those of you who have never watched the Fed, I wouldn't blame you at all if you have not. The Fed go onto the podium and actually speak about what's going on. They tend to drop hints. I don't know why they don't speak directly. It just seems to be their thing. They always speak in like coded terms, like we think this may be appropriate. We may not think this is appropriate. We could potentially say, like it's actually like really coded wording, but people know how to dissect it because they've been doing the exact same thing for about 9,000 years now. The news that we got is they are seeing indications that them raising interest rates may potentially have begun to work, i.e. the economy looks like it's slowing down in the way that they wanted it to do so. Meaning that their next hikes, because we are expecting to have a hike in August and in September, that they may not be as aggressive as the one that we just saw, the 0.75%. It was originally expected that they would raise the interest rate by 1%. They said, no, that's not needed. You know, the economy seems to be okay, but they rose it by 0.75%. And it was indicated that if things continue the way that the Fed wants it to, they may only do 0.5% next time. Therefore, this is bullish in a way because it means at some point they're going to stop raising interest rates in general, and the market can get back to exactly where it was before. This one says stocks rise as Fed announces historic rate hike. And also people were asking them why they didn't raise it earlier. And he's like, it doesn't matter. It's fine now. Like he actually said that. It was kind of weird. Not in that exact wording, but it was more like, it doesn't matter if we did it today or tomorrow. The market is going to do what it wants to do. So as expected, the market rose after the news. The crypto market rose the same exact time that the stock market did because there is that massive amount of correlation. And it is now expected that we are going to see, no one knows for certain, bullish momentum continue in the crypto market and in the stock market, which is great for all of us, until we get to the next rate hike, potential rate hike that we know is going to happen in probably exactly a month's time. So we have a good 28, 29 days of bullish activity potentially for the cryptocurrency space. So it was, there was no real negative news except for the news that we knew that this was going to happen. We've known since March that these hikes were going to happen. And for some reason, people get scared on the day of, and then the next day, markets completely skyrocket. This one says technical analysis. Ethereum surges by 15%. Keep that in your minds. Ethereum jumped up by 15% in like 17 hours, Why Ether could climb above 1,700. There's nothing stopping it. There's literally nothing stopping this coin from going to $2,000 by the beginning or the middle of next week. It's just a matter of what the other world markets are doing. If we have any other madman sitting in some other position behind a desk somewhere who decides to do something to drop world markets. That is literally it right now. The entirety of every single market around the world is incredibly bullish. All of them. Everybody's waiting to make money. Everybody wants to make more money than they currently have right now. And the only thing holding us back are people sitting behind desks in powerful positions no, that's probably about it at this point. Like literally the only thing actually going on. So there's nothing really stopping any of these coins from continuing to rise, especially Bitcoin hitting 25,000 as everyone is kind of expecting it to do as well. However, the most popular news story of the day and what I potentially like to think was the beginning catalyst for the actual movement up in prices. It says Ethereum Mainnet shadow fork number 10 has successfully been deployed. After months of speculation, Ethereum has made yet another minor but critical step towards its long-anticipated move to proof of stake. Ethereum's 10th shadow fork, which was supposed to go live later, but went live 26 hours earlier instead. One of two particular adjustments are practice in a shadow fork before the actual merge takes place. These forks are called shadow forks, yes, as we understood that from before. So, this was a major thing that had to happen. I believe there is one more left on the 11th of August, as far as I am aware of. No one has changed or moved the date of the 19th of September. We typically will get, so it's not even August. That's crazy. It feels like August. We typically, historically, if you follow other hard forks and upgrades from other blockchains, around the middle of August, should be hearing like an exact block date, i.e. what ends up happening is the next shadow fork or whatever they're calling these things should be taking place on the 11th of August as far as I've read. Once that has successfully been deployed and we know that it's working, a couple days later always we get news, hey, this has now been written onto a block that at this date, at this time, this upgrade will actually take place, and that's when we'll know the official date for this happening. So we are just one step away, and this is why I assume that we are seeing tons of euphoria right now in the Ethereum price, because we are technically one step away from this 7-year waited upgrade. It says Ethereum devs finalize merge testnet details as Ether surges by 14%. And it says Ethereum merge drives. Oh, this is a really good one. For some reason, last night as well, the amount of daily addresses or active addresses on the Ethereum network went up by 48% from its previous record. And nobody knows why. Nobody can figure out why. Why tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of addresses went online, started being used all at the exact same time around the world. It is quite fascinating to see. There was also tons of like Ethereum accumulation news. You get it. You understand that Ethereum is being accumulated in mass more and more every single day. There's tons of whale news about Ethereum, people buying up as much Ether as they possibly can. Once again, I don't want anybody saying that they don't know this before. The only way to create Ether in the future will be by actually owning Ether, and it will be available to everyone. That means anyone out there, not financial advice, anyone out there who holds any amount of Ether will be able to stake it. The threshold is 32, but on many different platforms, you will be able to use any fragment of Ether that you have and still be able to stake it within the actual pool yourself. You will not need mining equipment. And as this opens up the door to literally billions of people on the planet, this is why we're seeing this momentum, because you will no longer need tens of thousands of machines to be able to do this. Yeah, so at the moment, prices are pumping. Ethereum, I think, is the top gainer within the top 10, maybe top 20 coins right now. Of course, everything is moving upward, but Ethereum has that energy behind it because of the actual merge. Stocks are going higher. Every market looks relatively super optimistic. I'm kind of just waiting for us to get to $2,000 Ethereum because that seems to be like the major mental threshold for a lot of people. But I think we will, this is my opinion, I think we will get there mid-August if we don't have any major bumps in the road. We have seen quite recently in the last year and a half that for some reason, when everything looks rosy, there's always somebody with a gigantic boot who wants to step on those roses. So if they don't step on us in the next 2 months, I'm expecting very big things for the cryptocurrency market. Yeah, that's all the price news right now. And yeah, let's move on. Whoa, this was popular news. A Solana-themed store, yes, you heard that correctly, is set to open its doors in New York City, called Solana Spaces. The new store is located in Hudson Yards and is being launched in collaboration with the Solana Foundation. Well, I would have assumed so. It's a Solana, the organization behind the blockchain network. Crypto companies and Web3 brands have been steadily making inroads into mainstream culture. Tom Brady, Steve Aoki, Snoop Dogg, etc. Brands like the Ethereum NFT collection Bored Ape Yacht Club have even branched out into in real life products and businesses, including restaurants in Los Angeles, and they had like 95 other things. Snoop Dogg is also making a Bored Ape themed treehouse, is the way that I'll say that one. Solana, which recently announced plans to create and launch its own Android smartphone. I read that and was like, what? No, they didn't. And of course, I looked around, and this was when I was gone. This is when I was traveling. And I was like, of course I didn't hear about it because I wasn't on the interwebs. Yeah, for those of you who also didn't know, Solana is apparently making their own smartphone. Right. Yeah, also a little surprising. So I guess this is, how do I put this into English? Despite previous mishaps, it appears to me now to make more sense as to why Solana's price would continue rising. It's because they're making their own smartphone and also making their own MacBook store, like kind of thing. Does anyone know how much this phone is going to cost? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I've wanted for a while to get an actual blockchain phone. I like the idea of like encrypted everything. This is why I was talking about ExpressVPN. I like, moving around in silence, if you will. But earlier blockchain phones have been like $1,200, and it's like, I already paid that much for my current phone. I don't want to doubly pay that because I like the idea. So anyway, the point is, Solana value brick and mortar route. Wonderful. Inside the store, you'll learn how Solana works, what Web3 is, what you'll get, how to set up a wallet and your first NFTs, and guide you through your first on-chain transactions. The Solana Spaces Twitter account tweeted earlier this month. It added that it designed the space to be a cultural center and embassy for Solana. That is, they are tiptoeing very heavily on already thin ice that the SEC controls. I don't know if making your own physical space and teaching people how to use your ecosystem doesn't make you a security a little bit more. Not to, throw water on the whole thing. I think the store actually looks nice. I think it's a great idea. I was even thinking before, as I was going through it, I was like, that'd be kind of cool if every cryptocurrency, major cryptocurrency, like if there was like a Ripple store, if there was like a Cardano store or an Ethereum store. And then I pulled back and I was like, I feel like the SEC would have a field day with that. Because anyway, the point is Solana has set to open. I see people inside there. Maybe they're building a shoe or something. I think that's a shoe that's hanging right there. What is that? What is this? Is that a car battery? Solana's making their own physical store in New York. If you go, tell me how it is. I assume someone listening to this right now is on their way to this actual shop. I hope it's amazing. Tell me what it was like for you. Yeah, that's the Solana is opening their own store. News. And yeah, let's move on. Wait, there's the phone one right there. Also in the news, Ripple has partnered with Fomopay, literally called Fomopay. Fomopay is a leading Singapore-based institutional digital asset payment solution provider company and has become the latest firm to unify with Ripple's liquidity solution. Through this integration, Fomopay is planning to use Ripple's crypto-enabled enterprise technology, just say their ledger, which is supposed to enable its cross-border treasury flows. Previously, Fomopay used to employ the traditional payment system for cross-border settlements of euro and US dollar trades, which could take up to 2 days. That makes no sense. It's the year 2022. With this new integration, on-demand liquidity, the firm will be able to conduct instant settlement with very low transaction costs. And for those of you who do not know, on-demand liquidity is basically XRP. If you want to smash them together, it's the name that they gave for using XRP on their platform. This is now like not a fake number, the 18th company that we heard that Ripple has partnered with this year alone who are actively using XRP. The really interesting part is that you may notice a trend. They are all in Europe or all in Asia. All of them. There seems to be, for some reason, I wonder why they haven't partnered with any American companies. It's almost like some corrupt people are after them. Yeah, this, of course, this was actually extremely major news. Ripple news is in the news every single day. They're always constantly there. It's either something about the SEC lawsuit or it's about some kind of a partnership with them. It's very fascinating to see all of these things unfold, if you will, because for those of you who were not here in 2017 or 2018, there were a lot of, I'm not going to use the P word, promises, if you will, about tons of partnerships that were going to happen. But I feel like behind the scenes, something SEC-like was going on, and they weren't allowed to do a lot of these things, especially within the United States, whose toes they kissed to no end. And I was like, why are you doing that? Just go somewhere else. So it's fascinating to see that a lot of their partnerships in the last, even just 2 months, have either been in Singapore. I think they have a couple in Japan, but that's because of the connection that they have with the large bank there, and also in the Middle East. And I think that these are, Singapore and the Middle East alone, an egregious amount of money is floating around in these sectors. So very fascinating to see these finally all happen after all these years. Yeah, not too much to really dig into except for the fact that they're constantly getting tons of partnerships. And I think this sets them up very well so that if they don't do well in the actual lawsuit, they'll do just fine afterwards in nearly every other country around the world except for one. Right? Yeah. Ripple has partnered with Fomopay. What a name. Like, that is a name for a company. And yeah. Let's move on. So all the rest of the news that was floating around, a lot of the news was basically just about prices, how high prices are, where prices are going to go, how high was this, and this coin was going to do this. There was a lot of talk about Cardano reaching new heights, and there was a lot of talk about, it wasn't Solana, there was some other coin. It wasn't Algorand. I can't remember which coin. One of those coins, one of the 3.0 coins, and how is it going to go to this, and can this recapture $40? But in between all of the how much money is everyone going to be making in the next couple of months news, there was a lot of really random news as well. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Dogecoin developers launch a new platform to wage war against Dogecoin FUD. Right. As the cryptocurrency industry continues to experience widespread fear, uncertainty, and doubt, Dogecoin developers have launched a new solution that will tackle the growing menace surrounding Doge. Timothy Stebbing, the director of Dogecoin Foundation, announced the development on Twitter. They've launched something called Dogepedia. Sure, why not? Apparently, so I understand the reason for this. It seems a little bit weird, but Dogecoin also has everything already, so it does make sense that they would just simply make their own encyclopedia for Doge. Like everything that every other blockchain has, they have their own. I assume there will be a Dogecoin supermarket in 2027. That just seems to be the theme, or restaurant. Why has no one made a Dogecoin restaurant? I feel like that would do extremely well. Ooh, if you had like Dogecoin hamburgers, but like the top of the bun was like, you know, like sizzled in, like a face of a Dogecoin. And then you could pay in Doge for the Doge burgers. Did I just make a business right there? Why has no one done that already? Anyway, the point is, for some reason, this last month, and I'm not sure why, has been kind of categorized on Twitter and Reddit, almost at other place, with people just kind of making false accusations about every single company. I've not brought a lot of that news here because it doesn't seem necessary to bring you nonsensical news that I know is fake. But it's kind of like there were rumors that Kraken was insolvent. There were rumors that Coinbase was insolvent. There were rumors that Binance was going to shut down the platform and keep everyone's money. Like things that sound completely ridiculous because these are regulated, transparent companies. And if you look, I mean, half a centimeter forward, you're able to see exactly how false these things are. But people online were falling for them, and people online were selling their stock in these companies and selling their coins from these companies because of really weird things that were going on. And I think they're coming from only a few sources as well, which makes me even more surprised that people would continue to follow these people who keep giving them false information about these coins. I just don't understand how the human mind works. If you knew this person was lying to you before, like I don't know their Twitter handles, but I keep seeing people like linking to other people being like, well, this person said that Coinbase can't do this. And it's like, do you know that for true? Like, just where'd you get that news from? And the people were panicking. This is why we had that news earlier this month about Coinbase in insolvency. And it was like, no, Coinbase is doing just fine. It's simply that, for those of you who don't know, Coinbase ended their affiliate link program. So basically, you know, every time you clicked on the affiliate link, you and the other person got some money, yada, yada, yada. It's been around for a while, but what most people don't get is that when a company has gotten large enough, they tend to actually turn off their affiliate links because they no longer need millions of people to join their platform because they already have them on their platform. So when they stop the program, people are like, whoa, that means Coinbase is going broke. It's like, no, they're just big enough that they no longer have to incentivize 500 million people to join their platform. So anyway, on top of that as well, it's been going wild this entire month. There was a situation where someone successfully lied about Cardano, and everyone completely went insane and was like, what? Cardano's going to fall apart. And everyone was talking about it online. And then Charles Hoskinson had to make like 3 ranty YouTube videos telling people like, no, like nothing's happening. What are you all talking about? So I want to say the words, do your own research. I know that is, you know, a wish, hope, and a prayer there. But it's so difficult for people to discern what's real and not real in this space, as far as like, no, a lot of these projects aren't collapsing. Like when we hear explicitly, you cannot take your money out of these platforms, though blockchain is not working, it has not worked for 17 hours and they cannot reboot it, that's when something bad has happened. But beforehand, everyone's talking about like, oh, I heard in 3 days this coin's going to have a problem. And it's like, what? You know the future of the blockchain? That is insane. I don't know how anyone's doing that. So Dogecoin released this to stop the nonsense of people talking bad about it online. That's kind of the entire, you know, rounding out the thought. It seems ridiculous that they would need to do this, but we also live in a ridiculous world where people, you know, are constantly doing things. On top of that as well, KuCoin, the cryptocurrency exchange, is also launching an anti-FUD fund. I hate the word FUD. Yeah, because this keeps happening over and over. It's so weird. Like even the cryptocurrency exchanges that were already transparent, like we know what wallets they own. Remember about a year and a half ago, people were trying to make everyone terrified by saying, so many coins are passing through the network. Where are these coins going? Are people selling off their coins? And now people from crypto exchanges have to say, no, you can see our wallet. We're moving the coins from one of our wallets to another one for safekeeping. That happened last summer with Binance. Changpeng Zhao had to go on Twitter and say, hey, you all know this already, but just in case you forgot, Binance is moving coins within our own internal system from one wallet to another, and you will see this movement happen. It's going to be around $1 billion. And then the movement happened, and all the whale platforms were like, a gigantic whale just appeared and moved $1 billion worth of coins. Are they going to be selling off? Will Bitcoin crash in price? And it's like, why the drama? So they now have to launch an anti-FUD fund because people, are you bored online? Do you have trees? Is there a park near you that you can, read a book? I just started reading the Hunger Games prequel. It's pretty good. I'm excited for the movie. Do something else. What's up with all this everyone trying to make drama online? Like that other YouTuber before, like last year, who was trying to, I'm not going to even say their channel name. They were posting on Twitter, what was it? It was something stupid like, TMI doesn't have as much money as he says he does, and I never talk about how much money I have. And they were like, he's a fake crypto YouTuber. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you just trying to get more views? Is that what's going on? Why do people feel the need to like make drama over everything? Like, can we not just live in peaceful harmony, or as peaceful as it's going to get in the crazy world that we live in? Anyway, on top of that as well, and I'm actually sad that I didn't get one of these. Apparently, there was a Notorious B.I.G. NFT collection that launched. I don't know how people keep hearing about these things. I don't know ever when these things are actually launching. I always hear about them afterwards. It sold out in 10 minutes. And this was actually fascinating because not only did I listen to his music as a child, I assume the vast majority of people did. I know there's one person being like, I was listening to classical. But this is actually pretty cool because I'm sure a lot of people have not seen this. There's an original video of him in 1991 where he's like freestyling. And that music, this stuff right here, is actually linked to the NFT. And from what I've read, the people who own that NFT now have rights to this freestyle. Yeah, see, it's kind of cool. I really wish that I had gotten one or had known about it before, because I think that would have been kind of interesting. But yeah, so they sold out. I didn't hear about them, and I, am a little sad about that because I think it would be kind of cool. But also to have like rights to that. Like, other people find very creative ways to use these, like, you have the rights to this thing. Like the same exact people who have their Bored Ape. They have exclusive rights to that, and they've made entire restaurants based off of it. Fascinating. And also in the news, a lot of Cardano news. I'm not explicitly sure why, but it was kind of all over the place. It says Diamond Hands. Coinbase data shows stronger accumulation trend for ADA than other top cryptos. Basically, you can look on the Coinbase charts, and for some reason, you can see when people buy and when people typically sell a coin. For some reason, there's a vastly amount larger accumulation levels of Cardano to other coins, and also the amount of time that people are actually holding these coins as well. So tons of people are buying up Cardano, and no one has any intention, at least as of now, of actually selling these things. And also, it says ADA crypto community sees Cardano's price jumping by 56% by the end of August. That is off the back, or the news of the heels that we were getting before of the actual hard fork that's supposed to be happening. There were a lot of things earlier, I want to say earlier in the summer, talking about Cardano going up to like $1 or $2 by the time we actually have the hard fork. I say don't hold your breath. I'm still relying heavily on the idea that if Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to do well over the course of the next 2 months, I think every coin will do well. If the people from Cardano time the actual hard fork as the market's pumping, we could easily see a $1.50 Cardano. Nothing is really holding these coins back except for like a generalized mist of fear that's floating around the market that, that's been going around for a while, but you can tell that the market's ready to pump. And I mean like pump consistently for a while, but we'll see. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. GBU Wally Manny Crypto's Bubble Mode, Mad World of Crypto, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Geba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something, and the Z-Way, Lay, Mobarazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Ternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cold D3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara, Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, and Creole and Michelle, URL. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, everyone who has left a comment, everyone who has subscribed, everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links, and everyone who got $10 worth of Bitcoin for free. I do thank thee. At the moment, Bitcoin is up by 7.78% in 24 hours. It should be this way every single gosh darn day until we get to a $70,000 Bitcoin. Ethereum is up by 11.82% in the last 24 hours. It is at $1,637. Binance Coin is up by 5.5%. XRP is up by 5.2%. Cardano is up by 8.9%. Solana is up by 8.7%. Dogecoin is up by 6.9%. Polkadot is up by 13.5%. That's a lot of percentage. Polygon is up by 10%. Avalanche is up by 10%. Uniswap is up by 23%. That is bonkers. Ethereum Classic is up by 23% in the last day. And 40, look at that line. It's like a, what do they call, Bronchiosaurus? That is wild. Up by 44% in the last week. Litecoin is up by 11%. Kronos is up by 10%. Chainlink is up by 9%. Near Protocol is up by 10%. Cosmos is up by 9%. Stellar is up by 6.5 percentile points. ApeCoin is up by 15%. Flowcoin is up by 13%. VeChain is up by 9%. Where's the Thor? Wasn't this VeChain Thor before? Internet Computer is up by 11%. Decentraland is up by 9%. Sandbox is up by 9%. Hedera is up by 7.25%. Axie Infinity is up by 10%. Aave is up by 15% as well. EOS is up by 13 percentile points. KuCoin is up by 6.9%, and Maker is up by 11%. There's Thorchain. There's two. What happened to? Are there two Thors? Well, it's up by 19%. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a spectacular day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, midnight time, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.